Hey everyone, I'm Tony Hearns with Faith Beyond Trauma, and today I want to talk to you about patience. I invite you to join me in discussing this topic that aggravates a lot of people. And if you've lived for any amount of time, you know that people do not like to be patient. And even yes, I struggle with patience as well. So, what is patience? Basically, it's tolerating delay without grumbling or complaining. And that's a foreign concept to a lot of people because we can say we're being patient while we're waiting on something to happen, but a lot of us are complaining the entire time. And it's not really being patient, that's not waiting well. As a believer, to go even further into what patience is, it's telling God that we trust Him more than we trust our own plan. We are saying that we believe that His timing is better than ours. And that can be a very hard concept for people who are overcoming anything. No matter what kind of trauma you may be trying to overcome, you're impatient because you want to be over it faster. You're impatient because you want your kids to listen faster. You're impatient because you want your husband to do what you asked him to do faster. You're impatient because you want to grow past a certain level that you've been, trying to grow in faster. You're impatient because you want your job opportunity to come sooner. You're impatient because you want to be out of debt faster than you want. You're impatient because God isn't answering your questions quickly enough, fast enough to satisfy your needs, your own desires, your own timeline. But what we tell him when we are impatient in all of those examples is that we do not trust him. We do not trust his timing. We do not trust his plan. And I want to invite you to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 with me. The very first definition of what love is says that love is patient. Love is patient and love is kind. And God is love, which means first and foremost, God is patient with us. Through all of our mess, through all of our shortcomings, through all of our slip ups, no matter what we do, God is patient with us all the time. And so flip it. If God, who is love, loves us and is patient with us, that means if we love God, then we should also be patient throughout every single opportunity that we have in showing love for Him as well, in showing love for other people. A way that I show love to my children is by being patient. A way that I show love to God is by being patient in seeking Him, knowing that in His timing, He will reveal His plan to me, the steps of what it is I'm about to do, I need to execute for Him, for His people. Right? So love is patient. And that means if we are not being patient, if we are practicing impatience, then we are not walking in love. Not towards those people that we say we love around us, and not towards the Father who loves us and is patient with us. So, in every opportunity, I want you to take some time to assess your mindset. Every opportunity that you have to be patient today, yesterday, moving forward, assess why are you trying to move so fast? Why do you want this to happen so quickly? What timeline are you on? Whose timeline are you on? And why? A lot of times I know I feel like there's a deadline, like there's actually a hard deadline for this thing that needs to come through. And do you know sometimes, even though I've told God that in the past, He moved the deadline? And I didn't know in advance that He was going to move the deadline for said thing. But we forget that God is all powerful and He has the ability and authority to move behind the scenes on our behalf for so many things that we kind of forget when we're in the face of people, things that we can see in front of us. We're like, this is a hard deadline, God. They said, and He's like, but what about what I say? I am the Lord your God. God has moved deadlines for me, literally, because His timing was better. And so it's not late. whatever it is you're hoping for, whatever it is you're waiting on, whatever it is you're trying to achieve or receive from him, it's not late. It's happening in his perfect timing. What I want to ask you is, if you have been waiting on something to come through for you longer than you think is necessary, longer than you think you should have been waiting, I want to ask you, how have you been waiting? Let me say it again. How have you been waiting? Have you been waiting impatiently? What have you been doing while you wait? There's a song by Elevation Worship, and it says, "While I'm waiting, I will praise you. While I'm waiting, I will serve you." Um, this is what happens while you wait. And so, in order to truly say that we're walking in patience, we have to ask God, okay, what do you want me to do while I'm believing you for this thing? How do you want me to wait? And sometimes he'll give you things to do, and sometimes he'll just tell you to only believe. And if he does give you things to do, then we must make sure that we actually do those things, execute those things. Whatever it may be, whether it's to read the word, whether it's to pray, whether to actually do something for someone else. And sometimes he'll just say, just wait on me. Be patient and wait on me. Now, what does that mean we should not do? The grumbling and complaining that I mentioned at the very beginning. Man, God taking a long time. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 3 months. It's been 6 years, and I'm still waiting. God ain't gonna answer my prayers. God is not listening to me. God doesn't care about me. He's forgotten that I'm down here. Man, I've been waiting so long. Oh, and all you're doing is complaining and grumbling and complaining and grumbling the entire time. One primary thing that we can do while we're waiting is thank him for what he has already done. Because it seems like sometimes we're telling him that we don't believe that he'll do it, that we don't believe he'll bring it to pass because it's taken so long. But those things in the past that he did that may have taken just as long, he did them. And they came through wonderfully, tremendously in his timing. Couldn't have been more perfect. So recall those things while you wait. Recall the times where he came in exactly when you needed him. He may not come when you want him, but he's always on time, right? Recall those things that he has done for you in the past and encourage yourself to continue to press through, continue to wait patiently and endure, because we know that he will come through in his time. Go with me to Romans chapter 8. And we're going to go to verse 24. And it says, "We were given this hope when we were saved." And I'm looking at the NLT version. And in parentheses, it says, "If we already have something, we don't need to hope for it. But if we look forward to something we don't yet have, we must wait patiently and confidently." What does that mean, Tony? If we already have something, we don't need to hope for it. But if we look forward to something we don't yet have, we must wait patiently and confidently. God, we have access to everything we need through the Spirit. God already has everything we need in his heavenly storehouse. So when we have hope and wait patiently, we are showing him that we trust that he actually will come through. It says to wait patiently and confidently, remaining hopeful, faith, hope, and love. Without hope, what are you putting your faith out there for? We must endure and stay steadfast. If we already have something, we don't need to hope for it. Okay, that's fine. That's what he's already done. But we're looking forward to something, so we must have hope. We must stand on hope. We must put our faith out there, and we must wait patiently and confidently. Confident in knowing that God is who he says he is, that he will be who he says he can be and wants to be for us. Impatience is easy. It's easy to want stuff to happen right now. And in this society, in this day and age, we're so used to having everything happen fast. Our phones, our computers, everything is quickly at our disposal. The drive-through, everything is at our disposal right now. And so all God is trying to do is get us to slow down and actually focus on Him. Because think about it. What kind of relationship is based on a lack of time spent together? If you said, "Hey God, I need $20," and He goes, "Here, thanks." "Hey God, I need healing." "Here, thanks." "Hey, God, my son needs," "Here, thanks." Hey, are you abiding? Are you learning anything? Are you tilling the ground? Are you spending time in the Word? Are you spending time in prayer? Or are you just going to Him for His hand? Are you really seeking His heart? Are you letting Him minister to you while you're sitting in this season of waiting? Are you truly being healed from your past hurts? Are you truly being healed from your pain? Or do you want Him to put a Band-Aid on it? Because the Band-Aids, they lose their stickiness and they eventually come off. And then you see that that wound is still there. You see that the scar is still there. He's the one that's the ultimate healer. And He can take away your wounds and wash you clean as if it never happened. You can walk in joy unspeakable. But you must patiently endure. And in His timing, you'll be white as snow. The provision that you're believing for will come to pass. Remember that there's an end date to everything. And we forget, that's another thing that we forget. We think these troubles and trials will last forever because we're in the midst of them. But what I do is remind myself of how I felt the last time I felt like something was going to last forever. And I remember the joy at the end and the gratefulness at the end when it's like, oh, yes, thank you, Lord. You came through in your timing, but it was perfect. So I remind myself in this season, okay, remember last time He came through in His timing, not in mine. And it was better than I even thought it could be. So this must be that same situation. This is going to happen again. He's going to do it again. I remind myself He's going to do it again. He's the same God. He's the same God. Don't forget, Tony, He's the same God. Don't forget, He's the same God. He will do it again. So I patiently and confidently endure. Now, if you're just starting out in your faith walk and you don't know that He's done anything for you in the past, you don't have any testimonies to remember. This word on my phone right now, but this word is full of testimonies of people who patiently endured. Job is one of them. And he was fully restored from everything that he had lost. And so I want to encourage you today to not lose faith, to not lose hope, and to patiently endure. Tell God you trust Him. If the word patience is rubbing you the wrong way, then wake up every day and say, I'm going to be patient today. No, just say, God, I'm going to trust you. God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you. With the confession of your mouth, speak it. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you today, Lord. I'm going to trust you today. I'm going to trust you today. I will endure delay without grumbling or complaining. Speak that over yourself. Change your own mind. Renew your mind. Change the way you think about your situation. All right. I hope this was encouraging to you. Be blessed. And don't forget, walk by faith, not by sight, and live the transformational life.